Hello everyone, welcome back to another card reading. This is another pick a card reading, and today's focus or theme will be on things that you need to look out for or things to avoid. This is also, again, another timeless reading. You can access it right when it comes out, or you can look at this video a year from now. It doesn't matter. The important thing is that you just pick whichever card you feel resonates with you the most. As far as some friends have asked me, what happens if you feel drawn to two? In that case, you can just look at them both and take whichever one is more applicable to your life. I mean, you could do that with all of them. If you want to watch all three of them and then decide after the fact, I don't care. But anyway, pick your pile and then jump to that time in the description for your reading. Alright, pile number 1. If you picked this silver and green conch shell, and this Houndour card that looks like it's in the middle of like a battle, then this is your reading for today. Put that over there. One day I will get good at opening packs. Today's not that day. Alright, we have Anorith, Dupiter, Indeedee, Dragapult, this town area. This is a really interesting assortment of cards. It almost feels overwhelming. Like, you gotta worry about stuff from your past. You gotta worry about stuff from your present. All while putting up like this facade for everyone else. But you really don't want to do that, right? You just want to do your own thing, right? Even if it's a little weird. I think that's just what you should be looking out for. Notice how you're spending your time and energy. What things are you giving power today? Is it really worth it? Or is there something else you want to do? Otherwise, you're probably going to be stuck in a really uncomfortable state for a while that just permeates every part of your life. You can't keep putting up with it. You have to be the more authentic you. Alright, well, that was your quick prediction for today. I hope that helps. Alright, pile number 2. If you picked this silver moon with the pink and purple, and this little Nincada digging out of the tunnel, or this tree, and this is your reading. Things to look out for, or things to avoid. Palossand, Solosis, Spinda, Medicham again. This guy appears a lot. And Candace. Yes, I'm pretty sure that's Candace. I know a lot of the Pokemon way more than the NPCs. Considering this is things to look out for. Now, when I say something, I personally, I don't necessarily believe in laziness to the extent that most people believe in it. Usually when someone's being lazy, that's an indicator that something is wrong. Either they're super overwhelmed, they might have some kind of fatigue-related disability or something. So I don't want to use that word. But it feels like you're shirking some kind of responsibility, perhaps. I don't mean like every single part of your life. This feels very pointed, especially since ice is a very specific type. It's a very like offensive type. It's not a good defensive type. It's not a very well-rounded type. This feels like one specific thing that you're like goofing off and avoiding. If you're like procrastinating and you're like, oh, I'll get to it later, now's your sign to not do that. Though, I think part of the reason is it doesn't feel very important. But this is the sign to stop putting it off. Once you do, you will be victorious, but you gotta get to it. Sorry about that, pile number 2, but that's your reading. Hello, pile number 3. If you picked this magneton and this silver heart with the purple gems, this is going to be your reading. So here's the magneton. Again, by one of my favorite illustrators, Tomokazu Komiya. We've got Baltoy, Meditite, Finneon, Lycanroc, and Liepard. Alright. So this seems to indicate that on the surface, things are kind of like same as always, and maybe even a bit good, but then you go a little deeper, right? And something's going on here. Especially with this dark type. Things might not be as they seem in a situation. And from the looks of things, it's not something that you already have some kind of suspicion of. This also heavily implies it's some kind of personal issue. It might be that someone has a problem with you, but they haven't said anything about it yet. Or there might be issues at work that come up due to like a problem customer or something. It feels like some kind of conflict or confrontation is going to happen soon. And sometimes these things are unavoidable. I also want to mention that this doesn't necessarily read like a huge betrayal or anything. It's just, it seems more just like a conflict. Like, maybe you and someone else have been like annoying each other, and now's the time to deal with that. Yeah, especially with these two opposing sides here. Like, these are both like battle-ready poses, but they're facing different directions. But yeah, just don't let it get to your head. These things happen. That's pretty much all I can really say on that front is these things happen. It's part of being human. You're gonna have to get in an argument with someone eventually. It's fine. This doesn't feel super... I don't know, this doesn't feel like world-ending. It just feels like something you gotta rip off the Band-Aid for. And then you can just go back to doing whatever. So I hope that part at least gives you some peace of mind. Well, thank you for watching pile number 3. Hope that all goes relatively well with you. And that concludes all of our readings for today. I'd like to thank everyone again for watching, if anyone is still here. See you all next time.